This is why you're never making it to Grandmaster. In today's video, you're going to learn exactly how to avoid these mistakes a gold player makes. So look, let's say you're on tank and on Venom, which a lot of y'all don't play. The first thing you want to do is dive their healers. If you're not diving their healers and making space, and if your tank isn't making space, you are easily going to lose a first point. Since this Venom you see right here isn't making too much space, look, his Winter Soldier has died, and now he doesn't have enough health and he's wasting his abilities, and just like that, the red team has taken the point and he is down. Look, the second mistake y'all make is using your abilities too damn early. That's how a lot of y'all be losing so many games. On top of y'all not swapping to dang tank or healer, it's just really difficult. And it's a really big reason why my rivals is dying. So this Venom is gonna swap. I don't know who he's swapping to. Look, his Spider-Man died. Sticky Idea has died. And now he's Thor. Thor is one of the best tanks this season, okay? Literally, if you can play for his lightning ability, then you're good. Doctor Strange is also good, but I don't know why they're going Doctor Strange when the red team has so many enemies. Look, the third tip is gonna be to look at the enemy's team composition. Since the red team has so much stuff that could wear down a single Doctor Strange's shield, it's virtually impossible to play Doctor Strange in this comp. The fifth tip is to really just have that awareness and to try to play against the enemy team. You see, their Winter Soldier has died for a second time, and look how far away this Winter Soldier died away from his team. He was the only DPS that died right here when his team is literally still at the choke fighting. And now the red team is just putting pressure on him. I mean, this is ridiculous. This Doctor Strange, I don't even know how he got away with it. Their Star-Lord popped an ult. Look, the fifth tip is gonna be to save your ults to win fights. This Star-Lord is literally just wasting it right here. Their Doctor Strange just put a portal straight on the point. So now we're gonna see what's happening. Their Cloak and Dagger did pop a ultimate, but so did theirs too. Look, really, do you think the Star-Lord could have saved his ultimate for this team fight? Huh, bro? Now their Doctor Strange almost has his ult, and don't pop it. Look. The only reason why this Doctor Strange ultimate didn't work is because he panicked ult. And look at that. The blue team just lost the first damn game in like 2 minutes. And this is probably what's happening in your games and why you're never making it to Grandmaster. Because you're making silly mistakes, like not looking at the enemy's team composition. If you see they have a Punisher, a full maximum Scarlet Witch, why would you play a shield tank, bro? Don't you think a Magneto would be way better, bro? Don't you think something like a Thing would be better, or even a Hulk? Even Venom could have worked. It's just his team was just getting messed up. Comment VOD if you want me to review your video, and then go ahead and send me the details, like the little number stuffs, if you want yours reviewed. Okay. All right. Now look. The fifth reason why you're not making it to Grandmaster is because you don't know when to switch. Quite frankly, we can see this Doctor Strange Venom person literally swapped to a healer because they knew that not only is Invisible Woman's ass pretty big, but she knew that she wasn't doing a whole lot. Now, I don't know why she's literally at the front line. I mean, look, why are you a healer here at the front line, bro? If we go back, bro, you were such an easy target to kill up here. If this Punisher was good, I don't know how he's not made it to Grandmaster. If he was good, he could easily just one-shot this damn Invisible Woman. This is a damn thumbnail right here, bro. This is ridiculous. But literally, it's insane just how ridiculous their silly mistakes. Now, this Invisible Woman didn't die and did get some ult charge. But now look, I just want you to see what's happening, okay? They have a Mr. Fantastic fighting their Doctor Strange, okay? Now their Emma Frost is doing her very best to contain him too. But look at what's happening in the back line. Scarlet Witch is coming behind here. Luckily, the Iron Man is on it. He's peeling. This is a good Iron Man. This is what you should be doing. If you're not looking out for what the other DPS is doing, look. Now both their DPS are on the Iron Man. He's probably going to die, but at least he's protecting his Rocket Raccoon. And look, the tanks can just brawl. Granted, this Mr. Fantastic is going to die, but the Invisible Woman and the Rocket Raccoon are on him. Now let's watch what happens to this Iron Man right here. He's holding it down, and look, he barely got away. He got away, and that's enough. So look, now this healer is in a pretty tight spot. Everybody's going to die here because their Doctor Strange popped an ult. And the only survivor is going to be Mr. Fantastic and Emma Frost. Emma Frost managed to get away. But do you see where the breakdown is happening? Do you see it? I didn't really see it, not going to lie. So if you said, yes, I see it, then you're lying. Because really, now this is a really difficult game. This team is going to reposition. But look at their, look. Notice how their Emma Frost is here alone. You don't want to really be alone. I don't know what I was doing right here. I'm not even going to cap. Alright, bet. So now I switch to Winter Soldier. Remember, you always want to know when you should switch and when you shouldn't switch. That's just the name of the game. Now the Rocket, I think, no. Okay, they have an Adam Warlock and a Rocket Raccoon. So going Winter Soldier really isn't a bad issue. Winter Soldier is one of the best DPS in the game. If you can't aim on Winter Soldiers, A-okay. Literally, you just want to spam those little red balls. Now look, his team is trying to do some damage, and look, they managed to get their Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is out of the fight. Now they don't have a shield tank. And just like that, the blue team has now won the point back. Just from putting on that pressure. That's really all you really need to do, is just get some of that pressure. Alright. Now, if we take a look at what the red team is doing, let's say their Doctor Strange. Their Doctor Strange is taking a while to get into the fight. And look, his Scarlet Witch has died because they don't have a shield tank. This Doctor Strange is the only tank on the team. Meanwhile, the blue team literally has 2 tanks, the Mr. Fantastic and the Emma Frost. It's way better if you have 2 tanks on your team rather than 1, unless you're really good at the game right here. Now, do you see this Winter Soldier's putting on that pressure? Now, the whole team is going to rotate out, and it's a really good idea to rotate because, oh, that's embarrassing. This Winter Soldier is going to die here. Their Doctor Strange just popped an ult. Literally, look, there's something called target priority. If you see their Doctor Strange is a target, dude, put pressure on him, bro. Don't be scared. Now, this DPS is going Daredevil. Daredevil is, I don't know, he's pretty good. Only if you know how to play him. Now, that's 99% of DPS out there, okay? But luckily, this Braid Too Cool guy does know how to play him. And the only reason he's in GM is, watch this combo right here. Look at the Scarlet Witch. Not only did she die by a Cloak and Dagger's dying shit, but this Daredevil is going to be really good at putting pressure. But not only is going to be really good at putting pressure, but also securing those kills. Literally. The best way to play Daredevil this season is going to be to use his throwing batons. Now, he knows the enemy Rocket Raccoon popped an ult. He's not really getting a lot of value, but his team is making space, and the blue team managed to get the point back. Now, his fight with that Star-Lord is pretty pitiful. I'm not even going to cap. But look, it's A-okay. Now that's that Scarlet Witch's second time dying, bro. Like, honestly, dude. So, dude, if you can just find a way to, like, know who your target is and find the enemy's weak points, you're literally going to be A-okay, bro. But what's not AFK, the fight has now started again, and they got 2 ultimates. The Scarlet Witch just popped their ult, and the Star-Lord popped their ult. Luckily, the Daredevil did enough damage to finish kills, but notice how he changes his target priority to the Cloak and Dagger. I don't even know how he saw that Cloak and Dagger, but notice how he's on the pursuit by the Scarlet Witch, and she's already dead. Do you see how big, like, of a reversal this game was? Just on the Daredevil going from Invisible Woman to Winter Soldier and then to Daredevil. Dude, you literally don't lose anything besides ult charge when you switch to a different character. And the only thing what's holding you guys back from hitting Grandmaster is your damn egos. You won't switch off a Moon Knight when you're 1-7. You won't switch off a Rocket Raccoon when you have 500 healing and 13 deaths. You won't switch off a Emma Frost when you're 3-5, when you know you should be playing Thor, Venom, and diving their backline. Literally, this whole game is just being aware. Bro, if you can just figure out what the problem is in your game, bro, you literally saw 50% of the battle, bro. Hey, even use that in real life, bro. Okay, bro? Alright, so now we're on the second point, okay? Notice how the Daredevil is already on the hunt. He's looking at their Star-Lord, but he's looking for some picks. And he took some damage to make sure his healers get a little bit of ult charge. But look at this. This is beautiful. He went ahead and popped his ultimate and is targeting the best healer in the game. Dude, his target priority is unmatched. Even though he just managed to get that Rocket Raccoon, it's still valuable because not only does the enemy team not have a respawn anymore, but they also did lose a healer. So it's a really big win. And look, he's just building up that ult charge trying to get their healer. It's not really a ton of value, but he's barely going to get out of there. And Daredevil's escapes are so good, bro. Dude, if you want me to make a Daredevil guide so you can level up your Daredevil, let me know. Because holy crap, Daredevil is just such a good, like, no glaze this season. Alright, so now he's going for their Star-Lord. You don't really want to be in this position. I'm surprised this dude got out of there. Right here, this is kind of a waste of a target priority. Or not really, because the Cloak and Dagger popped an ultimate. So it's good. But look, he ran straight into that Doctor Strange ultimate. Now, this Daredevil survivability is really good. The 7th tip of why you're not making it to Grandmaster is because really you keep dying. Dude, if you can find a way to just stop dying, bro, imagine how many more games you're going to win. Now look, there's something called uptime in Marvel Rivals. The more uptime you have doing damage to the enemy and just staying alive, then not only are you going to get a ton of more value for your team, but you're also going to win more games. Hey, go ahead and comment, I want to win more games, if you're going to practice this in your next game. So look at this target priority. Now he has 2 enemies on his side. He's putting pressure. And look at how he switched. Look at how he switched to the Doctor Strange. And he managed to kill the other tank, bro. Now look at this. This is just a beautiful play right here. Now he's on the ulting Punisher. And look at that. He just reflected the Punisher's ultimate straight in his face. I know that Punisher's mad, bro. That's gotta be the worst way to die, bro. Look at him. Mr. Reese's, I would just leave the game if I were you, bro. Just drop the controller and pass the 6. Now look, their Daredevil, he sees his other target priority. Now he can't go in there. But look, he has his ultimate ability, bro. Just wait for it. Just wait. They still have a Cloak and Dagger and a Doctor Strange. But look at this Punisher. This Punisher should just uninstall the damn game. He's redonkulous right now. But notice how this Daredevil is changing his priority. He's just going in and out. Notice how he doesn't really commit. If he sees that it's a good time to go on his target, he's going to pursue him. But if he doesn't, then he isn't. The 8th tip is going to be to pick your fights and run away. There is no shame in running away from your fights. Now, do you see how this Star-Lord was looking for an ultimate right there? Now, look. The Daredevil did a really good job on putting pressure on him, so he managed to get a stop. Luckily that Mr. Fantastic didn't follow him, but look, there it is. There's the ult. Now he's gonna do his best to commit, but he died because he didn't have his little reflex shit. So look, now this team, they're gonna manage. The blue team is gonna manage because they have a Rocket Raccoon ult, but not no more, baby boo. Not no more, baby boo. They're Doctor Strange. Their Doctor Strange just popped an ultimate ability. And because there weren't a lot of people prioritizing that Doctor Strange, that's the only reason why he lost. So this Daredevil is gonna take some time to regroup, okay? Hey, if you've been learning so far, go ahead and comment regroup. And if you want your gameplay to be reviewed, go ahead and comment VOD and send over your details in the comments so I can hook you up. Alright. Now notice he can see through walls, so he's gonna go for the Star-Lord. This is exactly what you want to do, bro. Exactly. Now, I don't know why we're solo ulting that Mr. Fantastic, but look, it comes down to target priority. Now both tanks are down, and the squishes are back up. Their Punisher popped an ult again and got no value out of this. Do you see how big of a value it was just getting both of their tanks? A Mr. Fantastic, a Doctor Strange. Now look, that Doctor Strange is cooked. He's fucked. Their Mr. Fantastic is back, but it's not a problem. Because literally, because their tanks died, the blue team, the Iron Man and the Mr. Fantastic was able to kill their DPS and healers in no time. The only reason why you're not making it to Grandmaster is target priority. Comment VOD if you want me to review your gameplay.